All right, so I'm gonna show you on the PC actually how to, I couldn't do it on the iPad. So I'm gonna show you the second example for the scatter plots section using and it's real quick using Excel. So basically what you do, you copy your data, right? I'm gonna copy all of this. I'm gonna come to Excel and I'm just gonna hit paste, right? So I pasted all my data. All right, so now let me try to make this a little bit wider so you can kind of see. All right, and what we want to do is we want to insert. So now notice you got recommended charts. We really don't want to deal with that. You've got this little thing that looks like a scatter plot, right? Just hit that button. It's going to show your scatter plot. Boom. All right, and so now notice, right, that it seems to be tends to be dropping over time. All right, so for this particular example, we're just going to call it. It said plot the data set. We did it. Type of correlation. I'm looking at it. It's negative. No problem. All right, so that's that second example. So third example. All right, so now we want to use the TI 8384 plus graphing calculator. All right, so I'm gonna drag. Let's see if it'll allow me to come over here, and I'm gonna try to drag this calculator into this window. All right, so here's my calculator, and I may have to cheat just a little bit so that y'all can actually see. There we go. All right, so let's do this. So first thing we're gonna do, here's our data set. You hit stat, and let me clear these out so you can see. So, so hit stat, and I'm gonna press number one. All right, so now everything, the L1, L2, L3, blah blah blah, those are what you call your list. So what we're gonna put in our first list are our X values, and we're just gonna go ahead and enter. So I'm gonna go one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. All right, take your mouse. When your arrow key go all the way to the top. Now notice my first list corresponds. They already put the commas in that corresponded to all my X values. Go over to L2, go down, and now you're gonna enter all your Y values. So we've got 75.8, 79.6, 88.2, 87.4, 90.8, 97.2, 94.8, 96.4, and 105.4. All right. And then you can scroll all the way to the top. All right. Go up one more. Now, it's got all my values. I'm assuming I did everything right. So once all my values, and I'm hit second, quit. All right. So now, next thing we want to do, we're going to take a little preliminary step. We're going to hit this y equals and just make sure we don't have any data in listed for our functions. I don't have anything in there. If there was something listed in, let's say Y3, go down there and hit clear or delete it out of there. Say second quit. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to hit second, hit that Y equals. All right. And notice it says plot, stat plot, right? So plot one's off, plot two's off, plot three, so on and so forth. What we want to do is we're going to just hit our cursor's already on one, we're going to hit enter. All right. Now notice that its shader is being off. We're gonna turn it on. All right. Our type, we want a scatter plot. Okay. We don't want a full line. We just want a scatter plot. Now your X list was what our X values were in L1. Our Y values were in L2. So we're good. All right. And then the mark, we just gonna use the filled in rectangles or the rectangles with outline. That's fine. So we're gonna hit second, quit. Okay, so everything's squared away, and all you have to do as a last step is hit zoom, and notice you got zoom box, zoom in, zoom out, z decimal, square, standard, trig, integer. We want a zoom stat, so we're just gonna hit number 9. Okay, and there's our scatter plot. So I look at the scatter plot, and I notice that my values are increasing from left to right in a positive relationship. There seems to be a positive relationship between the data the data values. All right, so that's how we would use Excel and the TI graphing to actually plot scatter plots and see if the relationship exists. And then again, when we hit the linear models, we would go in and actually find that correlation coefficient. All right, so that's it. I hope it's helpful.